right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? Soulja Boy, aka Big Draco's very, very viral interview with The Breakfast Club is what everybody's talking about. That happened a little less than 24 hours ago. And yeah, it's all over the place, man. This interview is super big, man. I knew it would be a big deal when I watched it, but to see what it's doing, like just the memes and the stuff, the videos that come out of it, like, yo, this was a very impactful moment in the culture. By the way, because we do talk to culture on my platform, are we at the point where it's time to have that conversation of Breakfast Club is the most impactful site in our culture ever? And is Charlemagne at the point where he's the biggest interviewer ever in radio? Are we at that point yet? Because I feel like Charlemagne's the most impactful personality over the last decade. Is he at the point where he can have a conversation of one of the biggest ever? Because I'm going to be honest, man. I know all the greats, Wendy, Angie. I've went back and watched a lot of their catalog. I might have to side with Charlemagne. Y'all talk to me in the comment box and let me know what y'all think about that. Now, you knew this interview was going to create some reaction because Soulja Boy talked about a lot of people. I mean, he brought up the shooting incident that he had in his home a few years back. He brought up some of the artists that he felt like he's put on. Some of the artists that he gave their first stamp, like the Migos, you know, like Famous Dex. We knew people were going to talk. Not only did Soulja Boy bring up artists that he felt like he had a stake in their career, right? Soulja Boy took it a step further and shared his opinions on artists that a lot of artists go to platforms like The Breakfast Club and are afraid to talk about. I'm talking about the Kanye Wests of the world, the Drakes, the Tygas, the Meek Mills. Like, a lot of people just pass when it's time to, you know, keep the same energy that they have in conversations behind the scenes, but not Big Draco. Draco wanted all the smoke, no pun intended, and he spoke on some artists. So I want to not only read what Soulja Boy said about these artists, but then I want to kind of give their artists' reaction that they've had on social media in the last 24 hours. Now, I feel like during the interview, the person that Soulja Boy went in on the most was Drake. And I didn't know Soulja Boy and Drake had any tension or anything like that. Or maybe Soulja Boy made it out of the air. When brought up in the Breakfast Club interview, Soulja Boy said, Drake, the nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? That nigga that's hiding his kid from the world, but the world want to hide from his kid? Y'all niggas better stop playing with me. Stop playing with me like I ain't teach Drake everything he knows. He copied my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar. And then we got into the whole record of Miss Me. You know, when Drake is rapping that Soulja Boy flow, and he's like, tell me what's really going on. Drizzy back up in this thing again. What's happening? All right, take that back to one of Soulja Boy's old records, in which Big Soulja did said, man, tell me what's really going on. Soulja Boy back up in this thing already. What's happening? For some odd reason, maybe because Drake's one of the biggest, if not the biggest artist in the world, when he's not on tour, it's almost like people don't think he's a part of the world or a part of our culture and doesn't have the internet, right? This interview, at least the clip of what Soulja Boy said, did get back to Drake. He did like a post from Charlemagne, a couple posts actually from Charlemagne, in which Soulja Boy was talking that Cash Money about him. So we know this has gotten back to Drake. I don't think we're getting a Drake diss record to Soulja Boy anytime soon, but for fans, Drake is aware of what Soulja Boy said about him. Now, Meek Mill is another person that got brought up in the Soulja Boy interview with The Breakfast Club. He wasn't dissing Meek, but, you know, Envy thought Meek had the comeback year 2018. And Meek did post Soulja Boy's clip on his Instagram, insinuating that he had to come back of the year as well. And Soulja Boy respectfully disagrees, and he disagreed in the interview. And Meek did watch the interview as well. He said this on his Twitter account: that Big Draco interview started my day off right. Today gonna be a good day. Clearly, Meek Mill ain't taking Soulja Boy too serious either, and it doesn't look like he plans on having a series back and forth with Soulja Boy over who had the comeback year of 2018, in which a year that Soulja Boy didn't have any big time records worth noting. Now, one person that did have a little time to go back and forth with Big Soulja was Tyga, man. Why did Tyga do this? Why is Tyga the only one? No, you know what? To be fair to Tyga, Soulja Boy has went on this entire press run, and the one name that has gotten brought up more than any other name. Why Soulja Boy keep bringing up Tyga? One fan on Soulja Boy's IG Live said Tyga had the comeback year of 2018, and Soulja Boy said, Tyga? Tyga had to come back. And from there, everybody's been asking him about Tyga. And now he's pretty much throwing dishes at Tyga. Like, literally dissing a man for no reason. Man, leave Tyga the hell alone. He ain't bothering nobody. And Tyga makes good records. That little Taste record was a bop. That little So to everybody that watch Joe Budden podcast, look, I just don't understand why Soulja Boy is making a big deal over Tyga's year. He did have a comeback year. Soulja Boy ain't have records like Tyga did last year. He had 2 joints. So Tyga had to go be petty after the interview, and he posted his Spotify numbers in comparison to Soulja Boy's Spotify numbers. Ew. Look, man, salute to Soulja Boy. I wouldn't have even guessed he did 98 million streams. That's a lot to me, to be honest with you. But if you look at Tyga's side, he definitely did a few million more, and I'm being modest here, than what Soulja Boy did in 2018. Even Spotify got in the mix and said, can we all just get along and turn our swag on? Shut up, Spotify. Who's running? What intern is running the Spotify Instagram account? Get them the fuck out of here. Tyga said who had the biggest comeback. And then from there, Soulja Boy got involved. Posted an old video or an image from an old video that him and Tyga did, insinuating that I was one of his co-samples as well. He said, Tyga, I put Tyga on. I put Tyga in his first video. He should be thanking me. Tyga 10-year challenge. This was 2009. I was 18. She got a dunk music video. And Tyga said, thanks for the opportunity. Man, y'all leave Tyga alone, man. Why Tyga ain't got to get brought up in any of this BS, man? Tyga, who cares what Tyga has to say at a time like this, man? Leave Tyga alone. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. So Tyga, Meek Mill, and Drake have all been brought up to date on the very viral Soulja Boy interview. And look, man, it looks like for the most part, people are taking it as pure comedy and not taking Soulja Boy serious. If you look at Soulja Boy, I don't know how you could take him serious in regards to anything he says. It's just comedy, man. The dude, he deserves to be on a reality television somewhere. I think he is on one of those shows. He doesn't need to be like taken serious. That's just pure comedy, bro. And it's fine. I look at Soulja Boy like a Stevie J. Like every time I see like Stevie J little clips, that's how I take Soulja Boy. It's not serious at all, bro. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. Don't take it for granted. Salute. And out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.